The only road to Rama Rajya is by awakening the essence of Sri Ram within. You have to become Ram from inside. Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi. In these modern times, when the idea of God seems a mirage and ego rules the mind, it is only through understanding and awakening the essence of Sri Ram within that one can cross the sea of illusion, the Bhavasagara. However, it is not through a mental activity such as reading or discourse that Sri Ram's essence can be understood, but an inner understanding that comes through the awakening of a subtle energy within. The subtle energy called as the Kundalini bears lot of mention in all the scriptures and sacred writings, granthas like Vedas and Upanishads, the working benefit of which was also taught to Sri Ram and Lakshmana by their Guru Sri Vasishtha during their stay in his ashram. Kundalini is a form of divine feminine energy or Shakti that resides in 3.5 coils at the base of the spinal cord in the sacrum bone, called as the Mooladhara. This Kundalini energy is thus the mother energy which rises through different centers of the human subtle system, piercing the 6 chakras above it, ultimately opening the Sahasrara in the limbic area. When this Kundalini gets awakened, the union of the spirit, Atma, or yoga takes place with the divine, and one starts experiencing a new level of awareness within. This is also called self-realization. It is said that without knowing oneself, one cannot know God. It is only after self-realization one can actually understand the truth of all religions, saints, and all the incarnations, including Sri Ram. In ancient times, though the awakening or Jagruti of this energy was very difficult, and one guru could give self-realization to only one disciple. The process was extremely rigid and involved strict purification of the mind and body through tough penances and practices under the instructions of the Guru. From penances in the chills of the snow-capped Himalayas to extensive meditations in the deep forests of the Kishkinda, only and only the most pure and dedicated ones could get their self-realization. As a result, among millions, only 1 or 2 hardly got the spirit enlightened in their attention. Bestowing the greatest gift of Kali Yuga is the knowledge of Sahaja Yoga, the method of mass realization founded by Her Holiness Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi in the year 1970. Fondly called as Sri Mataji, she worked out a method to give self-realization to desiring seekers, however small or large they would be in number. Sahaja means effortless. Hence, this union with the divine, the yoga, becomes extremely effortless through Kundalini awakening in Sahaja Yoga. Once the pure desire is expressed, Mother Kundalini rises, crossing all the chakras, opening the Sahasrara, ultimately filling the attention with the light of the spirit. As the light penetrates the being, all the darkness of ignorance goes away and one starts experiencing the connection with the divine, expressed as subtle waves of cool breeze on the palms of our hands and on top of the head. Although the Mani, Kundalini, manifests in the world, but without the grace of Sri Rama, no one can achieve it. To achieve it is also easy, sahaja, but unfortunate people reject the easy method. Sri Ramacharitmanas. On enlightenment, this body itself becomes a temple with the enlightened light of the different deities at their respective chakras, one of them being Sri Ram, residing in the temple of our hearts. When Sri Hanumana grabbed open his chest, Sri Sita Ram were seen residing in his heart. Similarly, in our subtle system, which is made up of 3 channels, nadis, and 7 energy centers, chakras, Sri Ram resides with his consort Sri Sita in the right side of the heart or the Anahata chakra. When the Kundalini passes through this chakra, Sri Ram gets awakened and the person automatically starts adopting his qualities on his own. This adoption of qualities is not forced through any mental activity or outward discipline, but occurs spontaneously on the central nervous system, just as other parasympathetic activities of digestion and heartbeat. Sri Ram is the Maryada Purushottam, the keeper of the sanctity and the greatest in all mankind. Through his incarnation, he showed the character of an ideal being, the importance of dharma and the role as a responsible and benevolent king. Sri Rama always looked for the welfare of the public, their opinion, and worked for Janamata or the decision of the people. Not only that, the greatest quality, guna, visible in his life is that of an honest government keeper and a truthful king, which he accomplished through his balance, peace, mildness, and sweetness. The sweetness of Sri Rama, the way he used to make people feel comfortable. An example is of an oyster who gets a little stone into the body of the shell, takes out a kind of a shiny liquid and covers it with that shiny liquid and makes it into a pearl to be comfortable. Now, he did not want his own comfort. Rama is a little bit different, that he wanted to make everyone into a diamond or a pearl so that the other person would shine and would look nice, and that is how he felt comforted. The benevolence of Sri Rama was shown when he started ruling the people. He was the one who cared for the needs of the people. Sri Mataji's description of Sri Rama as a benevolent king. For the protection of the innocent, Sri Ram killed innumerable Rakshasas, including the hefty Ravan, even though he was the most patient and calm Paramshil. But for the protection of Dharma and righteousness, he did not hesitate in devouring the evildoers. In Treta Yuga, these Rakshasas, however, manifested in the physical form. But in this Kali Yuga, when the Ravan sits in each mind as the ego, and these Rakshasas have seeped into the human nature, hollowing the country with corruption and dirty politics. It can only be killed when light of Sri Ram's power within gets enlightened. This enlightenment is an actualization which occurs and can be felt on the parasympathetic nervous system. It is not just talking, it is a happening. We talk of Ramarajya, but Ramarajya cannot be achieved through outward purification of the system, but first through this inward purification of each individual. Unless and until all the politicians and people get their innate honesty awakened within, Ramarajya will just be the vision of a utopian society which seems good in principle but not in practice. If Ramarajya has to come, then Ram is to be born in the hearts of the people who are at the helm of affairs. Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi. Shri Ram resides in the heart with all his gunas of truth, Satya, righteousness, Dharma, and responsibility, Maryada. Shri Ram's life as a loving father, husband, and a benevolent king lay the vision of an ideal leader and individual. His humility in accepting bare, the Indian plum, from even the most downtrodden Shabari shows his utmost humility and immense love. Shri Ram was above the ideas of inferiority or superiority, even though he was the son of a king. But for him, everyone was the same. The love and compassion with which he received Shabari's offerings reflect the beauty of his character. For him, stature and caste did not matter. His love and respect permeated the being of every person with the same intensity. This love comes when the identification with pure spirit takes place. That is when we start seeing beyond a person and can touch his or her essence. In today's time, we see hefty discourse on politics and governance, but taking examples from Sri Ram's life, we can see that an ideal government can only function if it is based on the ideals of public opinion, Janamat, and public good, Janahit, with complete love, humility, and selflessness. In Kali Yuga lies this most crucial choice, either to take to Sri Ram or Ravan. Both reside within us, but the ultimate freedom lies in the hands of the man. Unless and until the Mother Kundalini is not awakened within, Sri Ram can never be truly understood. There can be discussions, discourses, book readings, construction of temples, rallies, all in the name of Sri Ramachandra. But if Sri Ram is missing from the heart itself, then all these things fall futile. A lamp which is not lit cannot spread the light. Similarly, unless and until the light within us is covered with the dark clouds of ignorance, Sri Ram's character, Charitra, which is greatly talked, discussed and revered in the whole of the Bharatavarsha, can never permeate our being. Only talking will not make us like Sri Ram. It is through Kundalini awakening, which is a living process, and is an actualization that occurs on our central nervous system, which can be felt and experienced, as a result of which get nourished by the essence of the Maryada Purushottam. One can say that he worships Sri Ram a lot, but that worshipping is only outward unless we are connected within. The real Dasara takes place inside us, that is, when the Ravan settled in the human personality as ego, the Ahankara, is burnt and destroyed by the cooling fire of the Mother Kundalini within. This is the real victory of good over evil, but it lies in your hands. Only in your own complete independence you have to desire this awakening. It cannot be imposed. It is a seeking which works out with a pure desire and nothing else. Therefore, it is only through the subtle and spontaneous awakening of the Kundalini, which happens in Sahaja Yoga, because of which we can fully adopt the Tattva, essence of Sri Ram, and place him in the temple of our hearts. After achieving his ideals, we reach another because he was human ideal. It is great that God came to this world in a human form to become our ideal. He has gone through all the hardships to show us strength to keep Dharma. That is Vishwa Dharma and the state of Yoga. Her Holiness Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi.